Hey everybody, this is Jeff at Build an Aquarium Workshop. All right, at a request of a loyal watcher, I decided to go ahead and do this 75-gallon Tanganyikan cichlid tank update. I have not done an update on this tank for quite a while. So you can see that the fish have gotten a lot bigger. Only two things have changed in this aquarium since I last videotaped it. One tragic. The one tragedy was I lost the Cynodonus catfish, and it wasn't that long ago, maybe a couple months, and he had gotten quite a bit bigger. He was had a voracious appetite. I'd put pellets at the top of the surface, and he would come and turn upside down and eat them. He was a really good eater, and I had a nice belly. He used to hang out with the Tretocephalus, and I loved watching the catfish later on when the lights would go off, and he'd come out and he would peruse around. And it was like maybe 2 days later, and I found him where this power head is. He was sucked to this power head. This is a very strong power head. It shoots all the way across the aquarium. I didn't have a problem with the power head, fish getting sucked to it. These guys, they don't get that close to it. I guess the catfish did. He used to kind of go up the heater, up and down, but all I can think of is he just got too close to it, and it sucked him in, and he couldn't get away. That's the only thing I could think of, I don't have any photos or videos, sadly, so I'm glad I'm doing this video. The other thing that happened was the Lepidolampologus attenuanus. What happened with him, I was moving the rocks around, just not much, just around the edges here and on the other side, because I couldn't scrub the corners, so I just took those rocks and moved them, higher up. That's all I did. And he, I saw him, he dashed hard into the rocks. And next thing I know, his eye was damaged, his right eye. I was really bummed. I was like, oh no. So I went to get to the store. I got Malafix, something that's very mild, but would, keep it from, getting a fungus, like a secondary infection. And so I treated the tank for a whole week, and I knew Malafix was very mild. It wouldn't, kill any of the other fish. I thought, okay, he'll be fine. I knew his eye would not fully recover, and so if you look at it, it has that glazed look over it, and there's really nothing I can do about it. But it did heal. It never got the eye fungus. He got like a cloudy eye. It looked like that. But he's been like that now for months. It happened quite a while ago. He's been living with it for quite some time. So anyway, all right. So let's see if I can get some close-ups. Looks like they've all gone under the rocks. And so this is the other problem. A lot of people look at this aquarium and they go like, well, all I see is rocks. If you've seen my other videos, that green moss, that's what's on these rocks here. It did take a foothold. I put some in a breeder net. It came out sometimes, and it would float to the filter, and I'd pick it off, and I finally decided don't put this in this aquarium. But it did take a foothold. It looks dark green in here instead of that real pretty green over in the beta cube, and it's not growing nearly as fast. It must not like the water chemistry, which I dosed this tank. So this tank is like 9.0 the pH, so it's probably not very happy with that. The temperature's great. The temperature's like 77, 78 degrees, so it's perfect. But the pH is not. Oh, and the DH, so the amount of dissolved salt in the water is high. I also dosed that as well. So, this tank, it's, in fact, the last time I tested the hardness, it was 12 to 14 degrees of hardness. So it's as high as I want it to go, and pH-wise, 9 to 9.4 is good. And so there you go. This algae is it's growing, but it's growing very slowly. As you can see, some is on that other rock too. So it's kind of there. It's just not growing super fast like it does in like 8.0 pH. In a little softer water. It's growing like super fast. So anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for the fan who asked me to do an update. I really appreciate it. I assume you're a Tanganyikan cichlid fan, and this video is for you, but for also everybody else, loyal subscribers and watchers who just wanted to see, hey, how is this 75-gallon Tanganyikan cichlid tank doing? And it is doing well, and I don't think we're going to add anything to it. I think we are done, because these fish are set in their ways. I don't want to upset the balance. It would be quite a bit of work. I might have to rearrange rocks, and adding 1 or 2 fish probably wouldn't work. I would just create a huge problem. And I wanted these fish to grow as much as they could. I want to give them as much space as possible. So the only thing I would ever do to this tank is probably add another catfish, because another Cynodonus catfish, they don't care. Fish don't care. They get along. Those guys are pretty feisty. I could introduce them and not have a problem. And add some more rocks, of course. I like to stack it up a little higher. And that's about it that I would want to do to this tank. Unless, I'm not talking about equipment, but, just that. So, okay, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, of course, and subscribe to our channel for more tropical fish videos.